Well, welcome to Karon Beach. Yeah, this is my normal car park where I used to put my bike in the old COVID days. But I'm out here now with this new camera again, just doing some more stuff. I've got it on fully manual again, even the focus, and we'll see what it looks like in the new editing package. You can see I've got the car behind me there, and it's probably a bit blasted out by the light, but there we are. There's the beach, and it looks like we're set for a rainy day today, I must be honest. I haven't bothered refocusing this because the lens is fully stopped right down now, and so pretty well everything I think ought to be in focus. So I set it up for my face earlier, but the lens was more wide open then. So anyway, I'm rambling. It's just an excuse to use the camera, really. This looks pretty good. So I'm going to put this into my new editing package, Filmora, and try to make something quite simple out of it. We'll start off easy and then carry on. No thank you, I don't want the bloody sunglasses. Go away. Christ almighty, I try to sell you anything, even when you're in the middle of doing something. I don't believe it. Christ, give me something else to rant about anyway. All right, let's cut this shot. I mean, I know a bloke's got to make a buck, but didn't you think that was the most stupid thing ever? He could see that I was busy doing this vlogging shit. Now, obviously, it don't mean anything to him, and I don't really expect it to. But you know, isn't it just pure good manners? But the thing that worries me most is my reaction to things. I mean, the older I'm getting, the more irascible I'm getting. Now, the thing that worries me, because everything worries me, is it my age? I can live with that, obviously. I haven't got any choice. I haven't got any choice to live with most things, but I do worry sometimes that it's like the onset of some kind of dementia, like a fundamental changing of my personality. Right now, I prefer to think that I'm a bit crotchety. I mean, what did you think about my reaction to him? Would you say that was over the top or what? You know, I didn't start screaming at him or anything, but just at that instant, I just, you know, lost my cool. Not that I've got much cool, but whatever little I've got, I lost. And it's not the Thai way, you know, they hate that kind of thing. But they shouldn't be bloody stupid. Sometimes they can be the most stupid people I've ever met, but oh my God, makes you think sometimes. Well, it still looks like rain, although it's early in the rainy season right now, so it's like 50-50 whether it really does or not, but I'm sure it will rain later. In fact, you know, over there it looks as though it is raining out to sea, and that's probably coming in. So I'm not straying too far from the car, and I've taken the precaution of having a plastic bag tucked inside my shorts so that I can wrap the camera up, because one of the downsides of this darling little Canon camera is it isn't waterproof, because it's not a ruggedized professional camera, so the EFM camera and the EFM lenses really aren't waterproof. It will kill the camera pretty quick, so I've got to be very, very careful. Well, it's only pretty natural, really, isn't it? I mean, anyone that's got a camera wouldn't take it out in the pouring rain. But I will look for a waterproof case, but I don't think one exists, otherwise I would have seen it online by now. Anyway, I'm starting off this little stroll by a walk around the local lake, and once more, with me, memories are everything, and I do remember just post-lockdown when I used to come here and the whole lot was shut down really, really tight, and it was a pleasure, and I miss those days. Really stupid, really, isn't it? I miss those days. I couldn't wait for things to open up again. I was making all sorts of plans, when the lights come on again in Patong, I'm going to go in this pub or that pub for a Guinness and whatever, and half the pubs never reopened, including my very favourite Irish pub, the Irish Times, because that's slap in the middle of Jung Ceylon, and a year later Jung Ceylon hasn't reopened because they found out it had been built on the cheap, and when they finally got the time to shut it down, I guess the engineers started to look a bit more closely, and they found out that, amongst other things, the air conditioning was substandard and whatever, so it hasn't reopened. I mean, it will reopen, but anyway, no Irish Times, my very favourite Irish pub. But thankfully Molly's were reopened. But anyway, I'm trying not to drink too much, so they're setting up a roadblock here. Yeah, they're setting up a roadblock. So I'll have to make sure that they're gone before I drive back. Anyway, this is where I'm walking, and despite the fact it's loaded with garbage, it's actually quite a nice place. Providing you're not caught in all of this, it's fun actually standing here and watching other people being harassed, but not so nice when you're being harassed. Thing is, the cops around here are very, very predictable, so they set these roadblocks up and they're always in the same place, but they never stay for more than an hour or so. So by the time I'm ready to head back, the chances are they'll be gone, but I'll check first before I go back. They're mainly looking for motorbikeists. No mask, no helmet, no, the wrong kind of license and all this sort of shit. It's a license for them to make money. So that's what they're doing. Just as a note to myself, really, this video is being shot with the kit lens, which is a 15 to 45mm. It's quite a useful lens, but because I'm short and small, I've only got short arms, so this framing is a little bit tight for me. So the first thing on my camera list to get is a Canon 10 to 18mm, which will be a little bit wider than this, so it will give a better view for this kind of talking head thing. Really good quality talking head. You ought to use the Sigma 16mm. It's a very fast lens, but you can shut it right the way down. On a day like this even, you probably need to put, you know, a neutral density filter in, but if you open that lens wide up, all this background behind me would be right out of focus, and it's really quite a pleasant effect that vloggers and photographers strive for, but you can't quite get it with this lens. And this one, I'm set to f13 right now, which is quite stop down, so I could make this slightly better, but I'd need to put a neutral density filter on this lens as well, so I haven't got that. Maybe in the future, I don't know. Anyway, I've come up with a plan. I'm just gonna, as far as videoing is concerned, I'm just gonna make today's video walking around this lake. Anyway, having upset the focus, I've got no idea if I'm in autofocus or not. So I was in manual focus, but I can't get it back to a pinpoint sharpness. So I've got no idea whether I was in focus or not, so I put it back to autofocus again. I'm giving away all my little secrets. Normally all this would be completely transparent to you. My fiddlings will be edited out and you'd never see it, but I'm just telling you what I'm doing, because I've only got the vaguest idea what I'm doing myself half the time right now. So anyway, there we are. And then when I finish this lap, I'll put this away safe in the car and I'll finish the rest of my walk, which is to get exercise and not to do this. And there's just a little panning shot around. See the water in there. So they did clear this out of all the weeds and whatever, but it's slowly growing back again. Despite the tourism board's best efforts, of course, we're past the peak holiday season now, and there's virtually no one around again. And those rain clouds over there are getting ever closer. Better get back to the car, sharpish. Of course, on the very first spots of rain, and I think it is going to rain, it's looking pretty evil over there behind you, behind this camera, and I'm sure it's going to rain. On the very first spots of rain, those cops will be gone. There could be a major international drug bust going on, where the suspects are going down the road spreading cocaine liberally from the windows, but those fuckers will be gone. They're not going to get their beautiful new pressed uniforms wet. That's another thing I've seen here. Anyway, we haven't got very far to go till we get back to the car. Then I'm going to sit there for a bit and see what develops weather-wise. Because if it does start raining, it's probably only going to rain for a while. If it proves persistent, I'll just go home and get my exercise some other way. Now that looks evil out there, so I'm not going back. I'm not going any further in this. So I'm back at the car now, so I'm going to wrap up the photography bit for today. And so I'm back here at the car, and it's nice to know that it didn't rain. Oh, Graham, you're lying. This is in fact the next day. Don't try convincing everyone that everything went all right today. You know that on your final clip yesterday, you forgot to turn the radio mic on. So I had to come all the way back here again today to reshoot it. Go and spend any more time walking around here today. So anyway, this is the end. Cheers.